Good morning. Long time no see, huh? This morning, it's from Mr. Scott Wright. Long time overdue, Scott, if you're watching. Prince Albert in the can. Cue the jokes. Alright. Using my nifty handcrafted tamper from Michigan Piper Doug. Thank you, Doug. Seems like two kind of go hand in hand. Doug did send me a pound of the new stuff that he does not like, which I'm pretty okay with. This is vastly different from that, and I can see why Doug maybe doesn't like the other one. But regardless, the difference between the two, this one has a lot more white burley in it to me. A little sharpness and all that. Sweetness is there too. The newer stuff is more rich, almost like a, I don't want to say cigar, but it's close to like a cigar feel to it. A little bit thicker and heavier. Still good stuff, man. To me. Yeah, Doug Doug doesn't like it, so I got it now. Thank you, Doug. Scott, I apologize. Scott sent me this stuff over maybe 2 years ago now, and I hadn't got around to it because I don't know if you guys get a busy life, but I do. I kind of forgot about it a couple times, and sometimes I didn't, and just didn't make the time to do it. And I apologize, Scott, because I really appreciate it. He sent me 2 cans of this. He gave me instructions on how he rehydrates it, and in between here and there, I had gotten some hydration stones from Sam over at Doing It Wrong, and I tried them out on this, on the other can. The reason I'm about to tell you is why that can doesn't exist anymore. And I left it in there, and it was hydrated, so I took the stone out, sealed the bag up, Mylar bag, and waited. Excuse me. Waited for a while. I was gonna try it and broke it out a few months back, and it was full of mold. I did something wrong, obviously. Either that or after 50 or 60 years, they got a little mold in it that happened. So I didn't rehydrate this one. This one's not really dry. It was more sealed than the other 10. But it's good, man. Thank you, Scott. But definitely a different blend than what we have today. More of a smoother, lighter burley with some sharp edges, you know. It's good stuff. But I apologize for not being on here for a while. The problem is that, like I said, life happens. And, man, we had a great month. Whenever the last time I saw y'all, I'll go back to the videos to see. And we decided, it was February, right? It's February. We decided we was going to go ahead and take this impromptu, me and my wife were going to take this impromptu vacation to Jackson, Mississippi. Got to go to see the Country Squire. Got a good pipe. If I can find some pictures of it, I'll put it in here. Picked up a few ounces of my favorite Country Squire blend, which is Choctaw. Awesome little impromptu vacation, and then everything just seemed to kind of fall apart after that, which is okay. I mean, that's the way life works, right? And there was a bunch of stuff that's happened between here and there, but the biggest was about a month ago now. My grandfather, he went into warfarin toxicity, which, if you guys know what that is, he had been on Coumadin for about 30 years, which is a blood thinner, and he decided that he got a phone call in the middle of the night, said, "Hey, come to the hospital." Yada yada yada. We went down there. They treated him, said, "Hey, go home, you'll be all right." about 24 hours later, which the two incidences are unrelated. I'll say that. Just happened this way. Basically, about 24 hours later, he had a fall, couldn't get up, and being the independent person he is, decided to try to get up all night. Well, he lost track of time, and all night turned into about 6 to 7 hours. Never pushed his life alert button. Never, you know, did anything like that. Unbeknownst to us, some kind of way, the alarm system got set off. I think Jesus Christ himself intervened in that situation, and I was able to get down there and find him. My heart was, in my shoes at this point, Not that I have any illusions that my grandfather was going to be immortal, but I hate for him to have to go through something like that. And he spent about 2 weeks in the ICU, a week in the ICU, sorry. 2 weeks in the hospital altogether with pneumonia, because he developed pneumonia through all that. The only injury he got from that fall was breaking his rib, thank God. But he's trying to recover now, and taking a lot to regain his strength at 85, So y'all keep me and my family in your prayers, especially my grandfather. He was praying tight, And through all that, man, just been a mental struggle trying to stay sane. Trying to stay in frame here and not cut my head off, but I have this bad habit of walking really close to the camera when I'm outside. So, sorry. Yeah, it's just been a little rough go, but the beautiful thing in it all is that through all this stuff, I was able to figure out some things about myself. And one is that I struggle with something I knew, but I didn't realize how detrimental it was to me. Right, as I struggle with praying for myself, struggle with actually going to God, my Father, with things that I need, want, and forgetting about all the semantics in between, Yeah. I think a smart man once told me that we attribute all of the characteristics of our Father, like our earthly Father, to our Heavenly Father. Because it can be confusing, because there's a lot of good things, right? For some of us, right? A lot of good things about our earthly fathers. But they're not perfect, and they mess up. Just like I mess up with my own kid. And, but Jesus said, be perfect as your Heavenly Father is perfect. And He is the perfect Father. And we're mine and yours, maybe, straight away. When I was a kid, the situation I was in with my grandfather and everything, go to him with a problem. He was always dealing with problems. He was a problem solver, man, problem fixer. Go to him with a problem. He go, what? Right? And that kind of thing, Which is what most stressed out dads do. Raise your hand if you're amongst them. I am. And, and I think I kind of feel that way about God at times. That one more thing, right? What, Jonathan? What are you gonna do, man? What you got going on? That kind of thing. But it's not, my beliefs and my understanding, I've known for years that even the hairs on my head, which are fading away, are numbered by Him. If He can do all that for the birds in the air and the fish of the sea, what more will He do for His own kid, right? Well, in a time of crisis, it's really hard to remember all that. It's hard to remember a lot of things. Like right now, we got a big back issue going on. The back issue is because in a time of crisis, me, and I won't divulge too much about what I do. I know what to do in most times in a time of crisis. Mental, physical, or anything like that. And I forgot, the number one rule when you find someone laying on the floor is, unless there's a definite reason to move them, she'd leave them on the ground, right? Call the ambulance, get someone to help you get them up. Well, that's all true until it's your grandfather on the ground, and all you can see is him laying on the ground helpless, right? So I picked all close. I think he's about 200 pounds, 195, something like that. All 200 pounds of him up like Superman. I hurled him onto the bed, and my back has been reminding me that I did that for about a month now. I need to go and see somebody about something, oh yeah, and part of that was that I was scared to take any kind of over-the-counter medication because I'm on blood thinner now due to a health issue I encountered through having a surgery, very minor surgery. Some would even consider it cosmetic, but it was to reduce chronic pain in something, which, again, not something I talk about because I don't like to whine. I get up and go to work every day. I exercise and do everything, all this other stuff to maintain it, but it's time to solve some issues here, right? I thought, and then through a little bit of mishaps, this, that, and other thing. Won't blame anybody because no one's to blame, but I developed a blood clot, a small one, which is what the doctor said. Which, if you're a doctor out there, just a reminder that when you say the word blood clot, it doesn't matter what adjective you say in front of or behind it. All your patient hears is blood clot. So I thought I was going to die. I have not died yet, but I've been on blood thinner for about 2 months. So the doctor says in about another month, hopefully, I'll be off of it. So my mind has just been full, and I hate to spew all that on to y'all, but it's kind of like a little bit of a journaling exercise for me, maybe. I don't know. Today. And many of y'all may not watch this. Many of y'all probably turned it off after the Prince Albert spiel. But anyway, back to Prince Albert for a minute. Only thing I can say about it is there's a reason it was #1 song in tobacco for a long time. It's good, non-offensive. Probably not with room. It probably smells like a damn cigarette if you're smelling it from yonder, but tastes good, man. Can you really ask for anything else from it? Anyway, all right, y'all. I've been rambling for too long now. This may be the last video you see for a while because it is summer, and I know I haven't posted one all spring. I apologize. Full mind. You may see a few here and there scattered throughout the summertime. I wouldn't bet on it, but fall comes around, I should be doing a little bit more. Maybe some different stuff. I always say I'm going to do that, but these kind of videos are just easy, So, all right, enough rambling. God bless y'all. Keep praying for me. I'll pray for you in return. Thank y'all for watching. And, and all the new subscribers that I saw come out through all this. Thank y'all. And I'll catch y'all again later. All right, y'all. Bye-bye.